Oh, okay. I don't know who came up with it. I don't know who came up with the manual for life nonsense.
It is something that has been in existence since now. So you guys, I'm on YouTube. Some people should go there, please. If you go to YouTube, help me to like it on YouTube.
Sovereign, I agree with you. In fact, Christianity has nothing to do with Jesus. That's the funny thing. When you begin to study the man Jesus, you will see that how people do that, write that comment online. When they will put one hand to the right, one hand to the left, and put dot dot dot, you will find out that Jesus and Christianity, they are like that. They are far apart. Yeah, Susan, just stick around.
Thank you,
You
Sky.
will understand the conversation. Yeah, let me stop there for now.
If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go there and subscribe, please. Thank you. All right. So in Genesis 2:18, right? Concerning what he said, that he said woman was made for the man. In Genesis 2:18, it says, and the Lord God said, it isn't good for man to be alone. I will make a companion for him, a helper. I don't know who was on Ruth's life. Was it yesterday? Or like, yeah, yesterday. So we talked about this helper there, right? Suitable to his needs. So when he's telling you that a woman was made for man, right? Was it K Mama that was complaining? I'm like, he's not wrong in its sense. He wasn't wrong. Right? Suitable for his needs. So the Lord God formed from the soil every kind of animal and bird and brought them to the man to see what he would call them. And whatever he called them, that was their name. But still, there was no proper helper for the man. Then the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep, and took one of his ribs and closed up the place from which he had removed it, and made the rib into a woman, and brought her to the man. This is it. Adam exclaimed, she is part of my own bone and flesh. Her name, sorry you guys, the phone that I want to plug the phone that we used to tell you guys other. This is it. Adam exclaimed, she is part of my bone and flesh. Her name is woman, because she was taken out of a man. This is this explains why a man leaves his father and mother and is joined to his wife in such a way that the two becomes one. Now, although the man and his wives were both okay, PG. So you guys, when the man was preaching, he was not actually wrong, right? He was not lying about the Bible. That was actually what the Bible said. So let's go back to the conversation. Let's go back to the...
Okay, Mama is saying New Testament clarifies some. I just read to you from
New Testament. Let me read it again in case you did not get it.
I just read it's First Peter, not in New Testament.
First Peter is in New Testament, right? First Peter 3 verse...
And First Peter even connects with Old Testament, saying that, follow the example of Sarah, just like she called.
Let me even read it. First Peter 3 verse 1. It says, wives, fit in with your husbands. Fit in or submit to your husbands in some translations. Some says, what's the third one that you mentioned, Ola?
Be in subjection.
Be in subjection to your husbands. With wives, fit in with your husband's plans, for then if they refuse to listen when you talk to them about the Lord, they will be won by your respectful, pure behavior. Your godly lives will speak to them better than any words. So I'll come back to that conversation. Don't be concerned about the outward beauty that depends on jewelries and beautiful clothes or hair arrangement. Be beautiful inside in your heart, with the lasting charm of a gentle, quiet spirit, which is so precious to God. That kind of deep beauty was seen in the saintly women of old, who trusted God and fitted in with their husband's plans. I feel like the New Testament even makes it worse. Sarah, for instance, obeyed her husband Abraham, honoring him as head of the house. And if you do the same, you will be following in his steps like good daughters and doing what is right. Then you will not need to fear offending your husband. Your husbands must you husbands, okay, that one gets to the place where so when these men are preaching, they are not lying. They are not lying. They are not lying. It just, the only reason why they put emphasis on it is because it helps them. How will I say, it's something that is in their mind. That's what they desire. They desire that their wives reverence them. They desire to control other women. So when you see a man being drawn to religion, whenever you see a man drawn to religion, these are some of the reasons why they are that drawn to religion. So when they even enter, it is not enough for them that they just enter into religion and they are just being members. They want to be pastors. They want to be preachers of those religions as well, because they will tell you that, oh, it changed their lives. Look at people who tell you that religion changed their lives. If they were trashy people before, they will still be trashy people. The only thing is they will begin to perform certain performance to get you to believe that they have changed. So if possibly they were owing you money before, they will want to pay back. If they maybe took something from you before, they want to return it, just so they get you to believe that something has changed about them. So their relationship, right, is like a cult. So when they enter, if you see them talking and conversing with people, if they term a person a friend or a brother, right, they are actually talking about like a member of that cult. They believe that the person is a brother to them or a friend. You will hardly see somebody who is religious telling you they have a friend that is not religious. So they will hardly ever have a friend that is non-religious, right? So we've seen Genesis that actually what he was saying, that a woman was created for the man, is actually true. If it's New Testament, we've read also in the New Testament, right? I'm coming so that I can play the other video. It was Ola that sent that other video.
Chiamaka, don't block those troublemakers. Just mute them so that they will still be able to listen. They just won't disrupt.
That blocked that other bed, Kiniko. The angry duckling that called himself bed whatever. Let me tell you how these men ran away from accountability gifted. Is the fact that they said when marriage is not in heaven, the fact that they say defaming is the fact that they said marriage is not in heaven, right? So they removed themselves from any form of accountability. So you cannot hold them accountable, because when you get to heaven, at that point it is now a personal race.
Honestly, if you are getting married to a pastor, please ask for understanding. Ask the Holy Spirit to give you an understanding, one, of your husband's call. You are getting married to a pastor, please ask for understanding. Ask the Holy Spirit to give you an understanding, one, of your husband's call. And how you can fit into it. Because sometimes some other women who are not really into ministry, who married a pastor, they'll just sit at the back and they won't do anything at all. No, there's a way you're going to fit into that man's call. And you will see that as time goes on, that place is open and you'll be able to make your own contributions in that man's life, in
No be milli oh.
his ministry. Even out of it, your own ministry can come out. That which God has put inside of you will begin to come out. I didn't come to marriage like this, honestly. Some of you seem, Mama is this, it's fireful. There was a time when I was, honestly.
That's Dina Osai, Arome Osai's wife. She said that you have to fit in. So did you guys remember when I'm like, I like this translation that says, wives, fit in with your husband's plans. So you can see that what they are saying is not, they were not lying. They are not lying. They are preaching what is biblical, right? They are preaching something that is biblical. Tofumi says she be a but she don't feel fit in. So what they are preaching is biblical. Women are not expected to be whole autonomous beings within religion. You are just supposed to look for a man who you would be a part of what the man is doing. And you heard what she said, that after a while, the space will be open. So no matter how horrible you be, space go still dey open where you fit in, right? So the space will be open for you to fit into the man's plans. So when you fit in, have you not heard Christian people giving you analogies that they will tell you that marriage is like a man driving a car and then he came and gave you lift on the passenger side and you join him. Sachude, that's not what the Bible said. Well, the Bible did not say that. So this thing that you're preaching now, you're preaching modernization, is not the Bible. Because we have shown me where it's written in the Bible, right? Because when preachers begin to feel like women are coming out of religion, they begin to look for. Okay, Mama, did you put did you put any Bible verse that you want us to read? So when preachers understand that women are disagreeing with the Bible and they are beginning to leave religion, they begin to question certain things. Then they'll just look for, and when they question, they are not questioning to say this thing is Okay,
Mama, put up your scriptures. We will read it. Type your scriptures in the box.
I'm trying to tell you here that your Sunday school teacher lied to you, right? So what they try to do. I don't
even want to argue with her. She should put the scripture there. We will read it and talk about it.
If you have scriptures to back that up, you can put it up. We'll read it. I have up to like 8 Bible translations here that I can bring all of them, right? So what they do is they now look, okay, what are these women saying? What is the direction that they are taking? Then they will not tell you that, okay, no, it doesn't really mean that in God's presence we are all equal. So a man can also fit into a woman's plans. But the Bible never said anything like that. It is not biblical. So you will have some of them being like, oh, this one is a woke pastor. Okay, Genesis 1:26-27, right?
There's nothing in Proverbs 22:2 that talks about.
Chiamaka, please, don't mute a woman. Just help me mute men. Genesis 1:26-27.
Okay.
Then God said, let us make a man, someone like ourselves, to be the master of all life upon the earth and in the skies and in the seas. So God made man like his maker. Like God make man. Man and maid did he make them. There is no...
So the male and female, did he make them, right?
There's no place where he said he made this translation even wicked. You say not made.
You not even say female.
You say not made.
See that your Proverbs 22:2. Maybe it's a mistake. So put up the right
because
one.
This
Proverbs 22:2 says, "The rich and poor meet together. The Lord is the maker of them all." It doesn't say anything about gender.
No, she's trying to prove to us that God actually... Nobody is saying God did not make all of them, but he did not make them equal. From this Genesis 1 that
God that made cockroaches too.
Yes.
It doesn't mean me and cockroach
It doesn't mean me and cockroach are equal. Right? He says, then God said, let us make a man, someone like ourselves, to be a man. Talking about a man, you guys like to think when the Bible says God made man, women like to impute themselves and be like, oh, it means human being. It does not mean human being. It means man. And that is why it went further to say, then God said, let us make man, someone like ourselves, to be the master of all life upon the earth and in the skies and in the seas. Then he went further to say, so God made man like his master. Like God did, God made man. That's God made man like himself, right? And God is a master. So man is also a master over all the creatures of the earth. And that includes woman. It does not mean man and woman. Then here in verse 27b, it says, man and maid or female did he make them. He had finished talking about man before he mentioned woman or female, right? So it was not talking about man and woman. This is what women deceive themselves to make religion palatable for them.
Even if he talks about man and woman, how does that cancel out Ephesians and Peter that says...
Somebody says we should read Ephesians, right? Ephesians 5:25-28.
Because they will tell you in church that the reason I don't like to argue whether he's referring to man or man and woman is that they will people like Aaron will tell you that men and women are equal. Do you get? Because they keep repackaging this message.
Yeah.
So these young pastors will tell you that men and women are equal, but in marriage, it is different. In marriage, husband and wife are not equal. That is what we are here about today. Like, because it's easy for women to accept that men and women are equal, but in marriage, husband and wife, in the context of marriage, is different. I hope.
Dr. Angie, maybe it's your network. You can go out and come back in again. Log out of TikTok, go to another app like WhatsApp, open WhatsApp, then you come back to TikTok again. It will clear. All right.
Okay,
so
Mama, are you hearing us now? So me, I would even agree with you that according to the Bible, men and women are equal, but in marriage, it's saying that the woman should be in subjection to the husband. Is that okay? And
that would be true. So the person that said we should read Ephesians 5:25, he said, and you husbands, show the same kind of love to your wives as Christ showed to the church when he died for her, to make her holy and clean, washed by baptism and God's word, so that he could give her to himself as a glorious church without a single spot or wrinkle or any other blemish, right? Or any other blemish, holy and without a single fault. That is how husbands should treat their wives, loving them as part of themselves. For since a man and his wife are now one, a man is really doing himself a favor and loving himself when he loves his wife. There's still nowhere that it says equal. It says one because they literally told you that a woman was brought out from a man. So she becomes a part of him. So that's what they are saying. You are not a whole being on your own. You are a part of a man. That is what they are telling you. So this is what I mean when I say religion takes away autonomy from women. And that is why they will fight the concept of divorce by all means. Because it is only somebody who is autonomous that can divorce another person. So that is why earlier, in the earlier days than now, it was only men who could divorce women. Women could not divorce men because men have autonomy. You as a woman is not an autonomous being. You are a part of the man. That is what the Bible is saying. I'm not talking about what I believe. That is what the Bible is saying. That is what the Bible is saying. So now they are beseeching men to love their wives. Like they are begging them, you now, you have to love your wife. You have to love your wife. Try and love her. And love her the way Christ loves the church. And presented the church. He took care of the church and he will present it to himself. So you will care. Even traditional men, don't you hear them say, there's something that when we're growing up, they'll be like, oh, Igbo women will buy clean wrapper for their wives. They will do this one for their wives. The reason is because it shows their own glory to the world, right? So it's in the same manner that the Bible is telling you that, that's what the Bible is saying, okay, mama? It's in the same manner. It's in the same manner that the Bible is telling you that men should. Exactly, in the Sophia. It's in the same manner that the Bible is telling you that a man should protect. They will tell you, oh, provide for her. When they tell you that taking care of the woman, loving the woman, is really just providing finances. And that's because resources were withheld from women. So men had resources. So they'll be, okay, the resources that are available for her to look good, provide it for her so that you will present her to yourself so that you can be attracted to her. It is so that you can be attracted. When you look at her, you'll be like, oh, my money, they talk. My resources, they work. So whatever they try to sell this book, they try to tell you that they are selling this book to you as a life manual, they are really just trying to make it palatable for you. They really just want you to be able to accept it.
Okay, Mama said that's for people who don't have a mind of their own in this day and age. Well, you are not, as a good Christian, you are not supposed to have a mind of your own. You are supposed to align that your mind to these scriptures that we are reading out here.
This thing that you're saying, right? Christians will say you are being heretic. This thing that you just said now. Christianity believes that you are preaching heresy by saying that they should not agree with the Bible. They should talk about have a mind of their own. It is heresy that you're preaching.
Yeah, saying Bible has to be revised based on current realities. They will tell you that's from the pit of hell. That Bible is not supposed to conform to current reality.
Yes.
It's current reality that should conform to Bible.
They just told you that he's still the same. His word is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So even in the next 300 years, 1,000 years, Mind Education, I would love to read it. Exactly, K Mama, you're a regular person, and that's why they are saying they will say you are blasphemous. You're, in fact, not blasphemy, you are you are preaching heresy. You are saying what you are saying now is heretic. According to Christians, even that heaven, by this thing where you talk, no matter what thing you do, you no go make heaven again.
They will say that you have Jezebel spirit.
Judges 4:4-5.
Well, Sir Chudi, the life is not about you. So we don't care whether you are liberal or civilized and you see marriage as a thing. This life is not, the topic of today's life is not you. It's about
the reality of what the Bible is.
Yeah, the biblical view. And whenever a man feels the need to tell women he doesn't even know about how liberal and civilized he is, it suggests
All
to me
women-
that it's the complete opposite.
Yeah, and all women are not going to marry you. So that's the issue. Because some of us here are liberals too. We are married to men who are liberals, maybe. But then every woman is not going to marry you. And that's one thing that I want women who are married to men who, quote unquote, good men should understand. Especially when, like the one that came to my page to tell me that I'm bitter, right? And I should just find a good man. So finding a good man should make me shut up about standing up for other people, Abi what? Because at the end of the day, every woman is not going to marry my own husband.
Okay, Mama, now you give us scripture. We are questioning it, and it looks like you are agreeing with us now. Okay, Mama said, as human beings with innate abilities, we should question things and not just take scripture as it is. The moment
person-
you question it, though, you can no longer fit into. Okay, Mama. So it's when we now read out the scriptures. Now you are now telling us you are spiritual. You are not religious.
Nike said, what does the Bible say about men who are not playing the roles you mentioned? That's to protect and provide. He says that they are worse than infidels. In fact, he did not, when he was even talking, he says they are worse than infidels.
I always find that funny. It's like it's kind of like the day that Temitayo was on here talking about how Shira is the best thing since sliced bread, and then we now presented arguments, right?
Yeah.
Why we don't support her idea, and then she was like, you know what? She's even a sociopath self. No, you can't be flip-flopping. Do you get, like, I don't know why
Positive echo is a service where men will have more power to tell me that a man is supposed to rule over me. I will not be one of their population, because those people have that kind of influence because of the numbers that they make, right? For instance, taking TikTok and YouTube now, if I had not gathered a population of up to 1,000 followers, I could not be on this live, right? I cannot be on this live right now. The great invisible, I don't know what that means, but if that's you insulting me, now you and your mama be weary. Now you and your mama. May I curse people out though? So if you want to come here with some stupid this thing, I will curse you out. Me, I'm in peace. I'm in my house. My phone is in front of me. I'm not roaming about helter-skelter looking for somebody that is saying something that I like. You're the one that is roaming helter-skelter, just like a mad person that you are, looking for who will say something that you like. Tell you, when you hear the definition of the Pharisees and the Sadducees, it is just a change of name that those people have. They are the same people who became Christians today. Exactly, K Mama. It's that simple. Karib, I'm bothered today. I'm telling you, this message of before I could still hold up and be like, okay, I'm trying to understand what Christianity is talking about. And it's like the one that they married. Thank you, Jamila. YouTube no come block me for this. My baby, this mannequin that is here. This place is my sewing room. Okay, James, welcome to the live stream, but then you have to be respectful and quiet. You can drop your comment, but then just be respectful. Okay, the link of what? Yeah, I do. Minty stitches, I do. I'm a jack of all trade and I sew very well. I have a YouTube channel where I make clothes. I teach sewing on here on YouTube. I don't believe that there's anything like a fake pastor, honestly. They are just explaining what they think because they are working with a book. So they are just describing what they perceive from that book, what they understand by the book. Pastoring is not like medicine where you would call. Okay, Jamila, where I come from, if you're getting married, they'll buy you a sewing machine. But although I was sewing long before then, so I don't believe pastoring is not like a medical doctor who has to go through.
Pay prices for their children. We will have a broken generation. There's a lot we have to deal with ahead of us. Because this girl is coming to this marriage with the mindset of if you stress me, I will find my way. They are very quick to respond to the conflict in a way that shows that they don't mind it ending. How do you get married but you don't mind living alone again? You know that the society.
For the sake of people who would eventually watch on YouTube, let me be going after what he says, sentence by sentence, right?
You know that the society tells you that if your husband is stressing you, pack your load and go.
He said, do you know that the society tells you that if your husband is stressing you, pack your load and go? I have not seen one person in the society that makes it, because his argument will be that he said stress. He said stress, so he does not really mean abuse, right? So he's choosing his words wisely. There is no single person in the society that I've seen telling anybody that if your husband is stressing you, you should pack your load and go. They always say if you are being abused, pack your load and go. If you're being abused, pack your load and go. And I am telling you here today that even if it's just minor inconvenience and you don't want to be there, right? And you don't want to be there, even if it is minor inconvenience and you don't want to be there, you feel like you don't love the person anymore, please leave the person alone. It is better for you to divorce a person so that they can find their own person. So that they can go and find, instead of you to keep being with the person and pretending to love the person. Because if you don't love somebody, it's not possible for you to treat them well. Right? So he's telling you now that if a person is stressing you, you should stay. And with what he's saying is abuse. Let's continue.
But do you know that the real heroes of many homes are the mothers who have chosen to stay because of the children?
He said the real heroes of many homes are the mothers who have chosen to stay because of their children.
Society tells you is that your child is not enough reason for you to.
What the society is telling you is that your child is not enough reason for you to go through what you're going through. So your child is enough reason for you to go through what you're going through. That is what he's saying. Your child is enough reason for you to go through. Oh my goodness, I should not take it out of context. And here are the people who are looking for context. Do you guys realize that this man posts these things on him by himself? This man makes his social media posts on his own.
For all of you that say, oh, you took it out of context. Oh, you just took out 2 minutes out of the sermon. You didn't listen to the whole sermon. Oh, you don't know he was talking about yada, yada, yada. Do you know that we are not the ones that pick the ones that this guy posts on the internet?
We are not the ones that choose what he will put. And this guy said he makes his social media post himself. He has a video where he said he posts it himself. So it means he captured all the context that he wants.
What they are putting out is what they want to put out. Maybe his sermon is 45 minutes or 60 minutes. I don't know. But they pick out the best parts, right? The one that would make you want to come and listen to more of what they are preaching is the part that they pick out and put out there. I'm not the one. It's always funny to me when people say, oh, I take 1 minute, I take a few seconds of a pastor's clip, and I'm picking the very best that he puts out himself. I don't go to his full sermon and choose what I want. The one that he has selected, like, yes, this is the golden nugget.
And you know, Ola, you will not post something that does not capture the context in which you are trying to preach. Do you get? If you're putting something, do you guys know that some of those 5-minute videos that I post on TikTok, I recorded some of them for up to 20 minutes. Some of them are 20 minutes long. I will sit down and edit it and cut bit by bit and join them to make sense in the way that I believe that it makes sense, right? So if I post anything tomorrow that people are dragging me for instance, right? I need you to understand that at the moment that I was editing that thing, that was what I meant. Maybe I can introspect afterwards and be like, oh no, I didn't mean it that way. Then I'll come back and apologize and take down the video, right? Maybe after introspection, but in the moment that I posted that, I truly believed what I posted. And it is the same thing with these people. And the fact that they have not gone back to their page to delete it, the topic is boldly on Ola's page here, please. For people who are asking what we are talking about, what we are talking about is boldly written here. Let me block this one. Now me won't tell me waiting be the goal where I want to teach my followers. Y'all are comfortable with people suffering. You're comfortable with people suffering because you're not the one suffering. Thank you. Thank you, Jamaka. Exactly, but Pastor Bolaji is not telling you that you must stay if you're being abused. I've never seen a video of Pastor Bolaji that he said you must stay if you're being abused. He's just addressing people who have decided to stay after cheating. If you must stay, Pastor Bolaji's video means if you're already staying with the person, instead of complaining, prophesy righteousness into him.
See, let me tell you, the reason I can still sit down and have a cup of tea with Pastor Bolaji is because he doesn't try to sugarcoat his nonsense.
Yes, he doesn't.
You get? He does. If he's serving you a plate of dinner, he will serve you that dog poop in that it's left for you whether you want to eat it or not, but you will know that this is dog poop. But with Lazarus, he doesn't do that. His own will look like the best jollof rice ever, but you wouldn't know that he already put sniper inside it. That's what makes him the most dangerous.
You guys, we have 3 pictures up here. We have 3 pictures, but can you see that nobody has come to defend any of the other 2? And this is the reason why he is most dangerous. Because people consume his message as something safe. Do you understand? We have 3 pictures up here. Nobody has defended any of these pastors. Even Dr. Angie that said Pastor Chris is her pastor, she didn't defend him. She didn't defend him. But we have people coming here and be like, my friend, take down his picture from there. So that's the issue. continue.
It is a wrong culture. We are raising girls who are ready to opt out.
It is a wrong culture. We are raising girls who are ready to opt out.
Once it is stressful.
Once it is stressful.
Marriages are very weak. It is no longer for better for us.
We are having marriages that are very weak. It is no longer for better for worse.
If God has blessed you with a mother who stayed,
If God has blessed you with a mother who stayed,
let her die before you know.
don't let her cry before you know what God gave
You
you.
know if you were in her shoes, you would have
That you know if you were in her shoes, right, you would have left and she stayed.
left and she stayed. Because we don't know what we are talking about.
Sometimes we don't know what we are talking about.
The prayers the mother brings to the table.
And the prayers the mothers bring to the table.
The intercession.
The intercession.
They are not fine, but they keep praying. It is a lot. We must
They were not fine, but they kept praying.
not have a generation of young ladies who can't pay prices for their children.
We are having a generation of young ladies who can't pay prices for their children. So if you guys are here, for those of you who said Osinachi was, for those of you who are angry with Osinachi for staying, for those of you who were angry with Osinachi for staying, that woman in a few years will be considered a hero, that she stayed till she was unalived for the sake of her children. This is some of the messages that made her stay. These are some of the messages that made Osinachi stay. If you're worried about any woman who is out there who is in a domestic abusive charms, I don't want to, because I'm streaming on YouTube as well. I cannot put up the phone for you guys to see the clip that I'm playing. So if you're worried about the woman who is in an abusive relationship, who cannot leave and who has not left, even when people are telling her leave, these are some of the messages that they are hearing, that they cannot leave.
We will have a broken generation.
We will have a broken generation. Our parents did not leave, but now we are broken. So what are you saying? Our parents did not leave, but now we are broken. We have a broken generation already. And Chiamaka, the only reason why a lot of pastors came out to start making videos and change the pattern of their messages, because when Osinachi passed, is because she is somebody who is useful to them. Within the Christian community, Osinachi was a useful tool within the Christian community. So they took something valuable from them. There are other women who those people know that have passed through that means. They did not feel the need to come and talk about it until it was somebody who was useful to their community. Osinachi is not the first woman that passed through domestic abuse within church. She's not the first person, right? And every pastor that you know,
she was the kind of minister. She wasn't like Mercy Chinwo, right? She was the kind of minister that would just come and minister in your church and not charge. She would
will
just
not
collect
charge.
whatever you give her. So if the thing pain them well.
exactly. So the thing pain them. Now why they even come out can't talk? If not, therefore no even talk. Therefore not talk. So just in case you think they are so loving and it is because they took something so dear to them. She does not charge. People just give her honorarium.
There's a lot we have to deal with ahead of us. Because this girl is coming to this marriage with the mindset of, if you stress me, I will find my way. They are not.
This girl is coming into marriage with the mindset of if you stress me, and you're going with the mindset of you are going to stress her. They know that people plan to stress women in marriage.
But they are very quick to respond to the conflict in a way that
They are very quick to respond to conflict in a way that they don't mind it ending. So it is for you to keep quiet. It is for you to keep quiet for the relationship.
This guy essentially is saying that the fire that is burning you is not the problem.
Yeah.
It's the way you are making noise and saying, yeah, my hand. That's the issue here. It's not the fire. You are responding in a way that is not okay. That's the problem.
That shows that they don't mind it ending. How do you get married but you don't mind living alone again?
How do you get married but don't mind living alone again? How do you get married and don't mind living alone again?
Do you know that the society...
That is the thing. It is very subtle. So women are accepting of the message. That is why it is dangerous. Let's go to the next message.
The most difficult woman to marry or to live in peace with is a woman who doesn't mind living alone.
The most difficult woman to marry or live in peace with is a woman who doesn't mind living alone.
There are people that they are that strong.
There are people that they are that strong.
And they will stay unmarried.
And they will stay unmarried. So women who are choosing to not marry, they are the most difficult to live with.
But it is negative strength.
It is negative strength. That you're able to live alone is negative strength.
It's not strength. It is a weakness. Be soft, be tender, be complete.
Be soft, be tender. So when I tell you people that when they come with all this be feminine, the other day I was telling people what is the difference between the message of Sprinkle Sprinkle, Shira 7 and these pastors. They are not preaching anything different. And people were here shouting, kakakaing for me. Please, if you don't mind, please stream through my YouTube. You guys, some people should stream through my YouTube, please. Some people were here trying to defend these people when I was saying there's no difference between. Why do you think they've not taken down Shira 7's page? Even though men hate her, but they don't hate her because of her message. They just hate the fact that they cannot afford the amount of money that she expects men to give women. But they are preaching the same thing. It's just, to them, she's overvaluing women. To them, Shira is overvaluing women.
Hey, Mama said, Fem Lazarus should go and listen to Dr. Ramani. You won't believe it that this guy is listening to Dr. Ramani because he's starting to preach about narcissism now. This same guy that told you that your mothers that stayed in abusive marriages are heroes is also telling. Timmy is going to play that video. If you think he's just ignorant, my dear, this guy is not ignorant. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's cashing out on, he's profiting off of the pain of women who have been abused. This is not a guy who is ignorant about narcissism.
Thank you, Tofumi. Tofumi said, but Lazarus contradicts the doctrine of Paul. Paul said it's better to not marry again. Abby? Yeah. So you guys can see. But it doesn't matter. They will try to tell you what they want you to do.
See, when you think these pastors don't understand, it's not that they don't understand abuse. It is that they do not care. They themselves are abusing their wives. They are not.
Sovereign, the videos are not yet on YouTube, but they will be posted this week. Thank you, Blessing Okuti. Thank you, OG Beauty.
Okay, Mama, you think that, see, you women you project your own goodness, your own good acts, you project it on these men. You feel like anybody that listens to Dr. Ramani would not talk like this. Why shouldn't they talk like that? You are projecting your own goodness and your own good conscience and your own empathy on people that lack empathy. They will listen to Ramani, right? You will listen to Ramani and you will have empathy for someone who is suffering abuse. These ones will listen to Ramani and they will think of how they can use that knowledge
to make money,
to exploit other people and make money.
Nene says Shira at least wants to hold men to some standards. Listen, every man is a provider. That is what I should tell you. Every man is excited to be a provider. He's happy. He finds fulfillment in providing finances for you, let me tell you. The only difference is that men get oju kokoro, so they won't collect, they want to get a woman who, by social standards, she's above their financial bracket. That's where the contradiction comes from. So even the man that Shira will consider a thirsty, if the man finds a woman who has not attained his financial social class, right? He would be a provider man to that woman. Just because you now you are thinking if a man until a man can give you maybe millions, right? Until a man can give you yes, providing is a pleasurable thing for men, because that is what enables them to control you. That is what gives them the free pass to control you. So don't ever think that men do not want to be providers. They will gladly be providers. They've been doing it for years. Exactly. They don't want to be told not to provide. Exactly.
Passionate, be loving. Being fragile is not a weakness.
Begin to glorify vulnerability to you guys, right? When in case you're telling me, oh, he just means be vulnerable. So as they are telling you to be a vulnerable woman, or some of you will tell, I just want a man who is vulnerable. That is trash. On my page. Let's go back to the conversation. So when they tell you that being fragile is not, YouTube network is bad. They'll tell you that being fragile is not a bad thing. It is a bad thing. It is a bad thing. You as a human being are not expected to be fragile. The world is not a safe place for you to be fragile.
And I think that's the extreme of the women emancipation people.
He thinks that is the extreme of the women emancipation people. So we are into women emancipation, we are extremists. To him, we are extremists. We never even start, but we are extremists.
Because sometimes you take it too far.
Sometimes you take it too far. These women are coming to these men to tell them that their husbands are beating on them, their husbands are cheating on them, their husbands are doing this, they are doing that, but you're saying they are taking it too far. Women emancipation is, the annoying thing is when these women go to these men, right? They don't even necessarily tell them because these men do not create environments where they can actually explain exactly how they feel, because they shut down their feelings. But when they come to us, they dump those feelings on top of us. Because anybody talking to me, sometimes I find myself putting, does it not affect you, Ola, that a person is dumping all those trauma on you, and for some reason your body begins to feel like it's sick, as if it's going through what the person is telling you?
Yep, it's a real thing.
But these people
transport you to the day, and even though you were not there when it was happening, it transports you to the day that it was happening, and you are reliving it with the victim.
Yeah. But these people don't experience it, because they are only listening so that at the end they can tell you that you must learn to heal and forgive. Then they will pray with you. You will not ask them, how can I heal? They will tell you, pray for the Holy Spirit to help you to heal. So you will keep praying for the Holy Spirit to help you to heal for the rest of your life, and I'm telling you, it will never help you heal.
And we have something else. That's the extreme. There's a balance. Yes, be strong. Yes, be independent. Yes, have money. Yes, do all those things. Get to the top of your career, but understand what marriage is.
Yes, do all those things. Yes, be financially independent, have money, be strong. Yes, do all those things, but understand what marriage is.
But it needs, be loving, go all the way. You can get it right in every sphere of your life. You can get it right in your career. You can get it right and still get it right in marriage. We have people, they are saying, yes, I do. But if you try nonsense, I don't. When there are matters, instead of us having a case where we can help you arrange the matter, one person is coming with the mindset of, if it will break, let it break. You can never settle it. Any home that it will work, both people have decided this will work. If it is from one person, the other person will pull it down. And we have to understand that. Extreme independence. It's a way.
Extreme independence. And when this man,
women, see me, when people go to meet pastors like this one, when the real issue is that you are being abused, and then you go to meet pastor. Women, do you think going to meet a pastor is going to fix the abuse? Did you hear what this guy said? This guy said they are helping you, they are trying to help you arrange it. Their motive is to keep you with your abuser. Their motive is not to keep you safe. Their motive is not to keep you safe. It is to keep you with your abuser. It is to keep you in a place where you are being armed. They do not care about your safety. Because women go to these people because they want help and they want to be safe. But these people do not care about you. They care about you being a missus. They care about your abuser being married to you. That is all they care about. They want you to keep sleeping in your bed with the enemy of your soul.
There's one Nick on pool asking if na dem choose for you. And then na me choose, na me say I no do again. Na dem they tell me say I do bad. If I choose, I say I no do again, unko.
We have westernized marriage.
We have westernized marriage. So the boy who will come on TikTok and tell you he's a traditionalist and he's preaching tradition, if he's if he's, yeah, I would, Jillian, yeah, I would read that thing. Somebody was saying a woman who gives birth through CS is lazy. I will read that. He's telling you you westernize tradition, you westernize marriage, as if the people in the Western world don't do marriages, right? And the boy who will come on TikTok and tell you he's a traditionalist and he will dump these things on you, you guys will be in his comment section cursing him out. You will be telling him, oh, he's misogynistic, he's a misogynist. And then this one will tell you, the same boy will tell you you are westernized marriage. And you will, this man will come and tell you you westernized marriage, but you will go there and be like, wow, what a revelation. On his own page, you will like, thank you, Papa. Thank you, Daddy. Thank you, sir. You are an epitome of wisdom. You will be on his page. But the boy who is preaching the same thing, but because that boy did not tell you he has a calling, you will be telling him he's misogynistic. You will be on that boy's page calling him a misogynist. But now on our page, you're saying, what did he do? Maybe we are getting it wrong. But that traditionalist boy, there's one guy that people used to tag me on his post a lot. His name is it Ife something light? One guy like that makes videos that he's a traditionalist and how Christianity is a Western concept. They brought the Bible to you as an African, you've done. So they tag me. Anytime he says something misogynistic, they tag me. And they're expecting me to respond to him. You guys don't tag me to Femi Lazarus' post when he's talking about westernizing marriage. But you're tagging me to his page, to that other boy's page, because you believe that one is a misogynist. But this one is not a misogynist. Oh, he's for women. Oh, he's for women. Once they tell you westernizing anything, they are promoting abuse because, like I said, if you've been on my live before, traditional practices, even our African traditions are misogynistic. Western traditions are misogynistic. This Bible that you're seeing, it is a product of the society. It is a product of the society. It is not just about it being Western or anything. The way you believe that tradition is a form of socialization, that is how Christianity is a form of socialization as well.
It's funny how he is sitting there wearing a shirt and a tie. He doesn't mind the Western attire.
Yeah.
Right? Even the Christianity is preaching, it came into Nigeria from the West. It wasn't such a bad idea. But women are trying to stay alive now is a problem. It's westernization.
Some people are just extremely audacious. Like, not like audacious as an English word, as per audacious. Then you add audacious. Like this one that is ready, Abi, what is he? You came to the live late to tell me it's because I've not read the Bible. I literally have a Bible in front of me. Like, I have a Bible in front of me. Everything that I'm preaching, I'm talking about, we've been opening and talking about the Bible here since. BGS now. Y'all just think you have one kind better knowledge of the Bible. If I bring you up here, I'm sure the Bible I know you don't even know. I'm telling you, the Bible I know you don't know.
Divine Stephen, Pastor Chris's picture is up there because he said husband is not the male counterpart in the marriage. Husband is the master. That's why we put him up there. We put him up there because we think he's stupid. Betik Femi Lazarus said it is wrong for you to want to leave an abusive marriage, that women who stay are heroes. That's what he did.
And the ones who leave are the ones who westernization has damaged. The ones who do not learn to be fragile. Any joy saying na devil sabi pass. I be devil, no wahala. I be rich.
It was difficult woman to marry. But
He's came out and said this Femi Lazarus video. It's not one video. We are playing plenty videos, including his recent videos. And if it is not recent, right, and he feels like he has grown, the most grown-up shit to do is to come back and correct what you have said that is wrong. But as far as you have not come to correct what you said, right, as far as he has not come back to say what I said in the past is not true, then it means that he still stands by those postulations till today.
You know, there are some of his videos that I've even deleted from my phone because I told myself that I don't even want to talk about this guy anymore. But he keeps saying nonsense. There are some videos I've deleted from my phone that I actually regret now. There was this video where he was saying that some people should not be pitied. That they will tell them they will not hear, they will now marry somebody that wants to buy them, that those kind of women should not be pitied. I wish I had that video today.
Exactly.
I just
See, Joy said, so who are you to judge? The Bible said we are judges. We will judge them. And we judge them because the Bible said we can judge them. Number 2, right? It also says that you should test all spirits. Put all spirits under scrutiny. And that's what we are doing.
Oh, Didi, do you have that video? Because I've deleted it. I think I wanted to make space on my phone and took it out.
Zoge, I'm not even playing. Oh. That is what the Bible says.
It's always funny when a Christian says, who are you to judge? These people have never opened Bible in their entire lives.
They don't read the Bible themselves.
Aesthetic. Femi Lazarus, I don't know if what I just said is what you're asking, but he said that some people should not be pitied. He was speaking in the context of women that are abused in marriage. He said some of them should not be pitied because they shouldn't have married the person they married.
Nathaniel Princess, you said in conclusion, are you saying God did not create man and woman to be equal? I am telling you that the Bible said it did not create you equal. And then anything these pastors are saying that you consider misogynistic, the Bible actually said that. So I am telling you that running from one church to another will not help you against misogyny because the problem is the manual that the church preaches. Right? So the Bible is where the problem is coming from. It's not from the pastor. And that was why when somebody asked me initially that he was saying, when somebody asked me initially that said, somebody was asking me earlier, right? What did that person even ask? That he was asking if all Nigerian pastors fake. That I told the person that I don't believe in a concept of any fake pastor. Because at the end of the day, they are just explaining a particular manual. So a person they are explaining, and then they told you that this manual is a mystery. So everybody is explaining the mystery in the way that they understand does not make them fake. They are not. So I don't believe, even though Dumeje is not a fake pastor. You may not like him, but he's not. Jeremiah
Reddy
Omotofen is
said,
not a fake pastor.
Reddy said we are talking about what pastor said and what did Bible say. Bible said wives should be in subjection to their husband just like Sarah was and called her husband Lord. That's what Bible says.
Let's go to the next video, please.
The most dangerous person to have issues with is a narcissist. A narcissist will afflict you and look nice. Then you will look like a witch. See, a narcissist.
The most dangerous person to have problems with is a narcissist. A narcissist will afflict you and look nice. Then you will look like a witch. You are talking about a narcissist, right? You're preaching about a narcissist now, but it's the same you who said they should not pity women who married abusive men. They should not pity women who married abusive men. Thank you, Miss Chinasa. Because they chose to marry the person. He has gone to find Dr. Ramadi. Now he's preaching narcissism.
Jane, welcome. Unique Atara is not the Bible. There are verses of the Bible that are vague, right, and not so clear. And then there are verses that are very clear. Wives be in subjection to your own husbands, just as Sarah called her husband Lord. That's not. How many ways can you possibly interpret that? It's as clear as day. It's as clear as day, and I think
Mavisity, I am bitter about them because they are dangerous. I did not say Bible is a mistake. You guys are misquoting me. I said it is a problem. I didn't say it's a mistake. You guys think calling me bitter is annoying. I don't find somebody calling me bitter annoying. Should you not be bitter? If somebody describes you in this manner, there is no reason why you should not be bitter.
Because they want to make your reaction to your abuse the problem. They want to make it the same. The abuse itself is not a problem. It's the fact that you complained about the abuse. And that is like trademark narcissistic traits. So when we tell you that these pastors are full-blown narcissists, you people think, oh, we are just attacking them. We are agents of darkness. Meanwhile, you are so blinded to it are the one that is inside that you are the one in the dark.
Andy Mumu, I'm not here complaining about the man that I married or complaining about a particular man. So don't be an idiot for free, okay? At least try and use the little brain that you got from school. Try and use it. I believe that maybe you did quantitative reasoning.
Can you see his profile picture? His profile picture it doesn't even look human. I've removed it. I think maybe it's somebody that gave their pet their smartphone.
Narcissist will be afflicting you and be wondering why you are reacting the way you are reacting. Can I have two strong men? You need to see, before you come, I will tell you why I said strong men. Two what? Please, you come. It's playground. I saw a game. I don't know where the guy is, but I just saw it online. Two people will stand, the other person stand there, come. And then this one will slap the other person. I probably have seen those guys. Come closer. Don't do anything. We don't have a dentist around. I was watching. When I saw the first one, I was worried. How can this guy be the one who successfully slapping the other guy, and that one will not hit him? This one will slap, that one will want to hit him. It's a matter of slap, then you dodge, slap, then I went to check other videos, then I checked and I observed something. Everyone playing that game with him were slapping back reactionally, while he was doing what he was doing calculatively. You can never win with reaction against someone who is calculated. You cannot. The most dangerous person to have issues with is a narcissist. A narcissist will
So it's
afflict
starting
you.
over again. The video is starting over again. So he said you can never win. He said you can never win with that kind of person. But he also said in the other video that you should stay with that person. That women who stay with that kind of person are the heroes, and it's wrong for us to be telling them to get out of the marriage. But he also admits that you can't win with that kind of person. Isn't that interesting? So he understands that. I don't know if K-Mama is still here. So this guy, don't think he's ignorant. He's not ignorant. He has just explained the difficulty of being with a narcissistic person, and that you can never win with that person. He's not even saying you can use prayer to, at least those that say you can pray for the person, you will know that, okay, maybe these people are ignorant. He is saying that you cannot win with this person. But then he also expects you to stay there and be a hero for your children. And that it is these radical feminists that are telling you to not stay in that situation. They are just extremists. And you people think the serpent that told Eve to eat fruit is a problem. But this Lazarus is a blessing to you.
We have more boys. Boys pursue men pursue values.
There are scarcity of men.
There's scarcity of men. We have more boys. Boys pursue men pursue values. They ask a girl during interview, what do you bring to the table? Say, me, I bring my full self. Who are you? With one surgery, they remove the two breasts. What do you have more? And people go to the hospital and they pump silicone in their bum bum. They can't fly. They sit on the plane with half bum bum. Because now this is the criteria to attract fools. A real man wants to know, what do you bring to the table? What's your qualification? How can you raise my children? Can they be like you? That's how a man is. You have no business marrying anyone whose mindset you don't want your children to have. If this guy is my son, will I like him? That's what you look at. The girl will not wear skimpy clothes and open the laps and say, now she go take see me. They do that because they know that's what you are looking for. Real men are taught. They are trained. It is not every man that should not be alone. There are men that should be alone. There are girls you marry, you are finished. This girl can't think. Anything you say, that is how it should be. You can't communicate on level of mutual intelligence. Bankrupt or smartness, but she carry front. She carry.
Bankrupt or smartness, but you should obey your husband. What are these?
Bible say obey your husband. Bible say be in subjection to him. You are now angry that a woman said, please ask my husband. You are saying, see, the people that even tell you that your husband is your master, they are even better in the sense that they are not missing words. Do you get? They are staying in one place. They are not playing both sides of the field. They are not doing double agents. They are saying what they believe, whether you like it or not. If you don't like that they are saying your husband is your master, you can leave their church, right? You can cancel them, whatever you want to do. But you see, these ones that play both fields, they are more dangerous because they are neither here nor there. They will say you have to submit to the husband. They will come back and say you cannot even, you cannot make decision. You cannot, everything you will be saying, ask my husband. This is why women are confused.
And you cannot, and see how this person is sexualizing women who have silicone and the rest in their body. Why does it bother you? Why does it bother you that somebody why does it bother you that somebody pumps her? And having silicone does not mean, it does not change anything about the person's mind. There are women who are married, who are successfully married, who are successfully having careers that have silicones in their bodies.
See, the funny thing is, this guy was looking for wife. He chose one that looked like she has silicone in her butt. So just because he is lucky to find a woman that maybe has her own natural, not this and that, do you get? He didn't choose a woman with no yasho. He chose one we be like say, nah, you know. Exactly. No, do you also say what of women that
Had breast
you know,
cancer.
had to have their breasts removed and
Reconstruction
does-
surgeries. They don't
do you
care
think
about
he
you.
even knows anything about that? Do you think he cares?
This man is even beginning to sap my energy. Let's go forward. I'm ending the live by 5.
That their children will go to school, the nose is blocked everywhere. They will Sunday evening, they will remember they've not washed uniform. They've transferred the dirtiness into the child. Sometimes what we call love is wicked. Sometimes what we call love is wickedness. You see women that their children will go to school, the nose is blocked everywhere. They will Sunday evening, they will remember they've not washed uniform. They've transferred the dirtiness into.
Do you know what is annoying me now? The people who came here that they were asking what did Lazarus do, that made us to go and bring all these videos that we are
They
playing now,
ran away.
they are no longer here. So if I begin to curse them out now, it will be like saying a problem. Because anybody who is regular on my life already has seen these videos. Anybody who comes to either my life or Ola's life has maybe seen or heard these videos.
The child wears the same clothes to school throughout the week, smells. The mate already ostracizing him. The young boy is confused. Why do they hate me? Because you have a dirty mother. Who would rather be busy watching Netflix?
My dad called me Bosco. I'm getting paid by the devil. Yeah, I am.
A mother is supposed to be there by the side, nurturing the child. But there is a busy wannabe babe. It's busy. If some children should know the evil their parents have done, their mothers have done to them, they will struggle forgiving them. Sometimes what we call love is wickedness. You see women that their children will go to school, the nose is blocked everywhere. There are challenges that faces home. There are challenges that faces home. That if it meets a woman who doesn't know the way to her knees in prayer,
Thank you,
the home will
Sailor.
scatter. And many people fight their husband. They should both be fighting the devil because they don't know the way of prayer. The devil knows that one of the ways to destroy and attack the life of your children is to attack the home. So there must be a woman who have an understanding of what prayer is, who can cover the children in prayer, who can also cover
The subject is the one that is supposed to cover the children in prayer now. The one who is the subject.
the husband in prayer.
Maybe it's a way Suleiman. I saved one of his videos, but I'm not sure I can play it because I saved it on this phone that I'm streaming on YouTube. I also wanted to address him today.
The power of a praying wife. The one who can get up in the middle of the night and speak to God about our home, about our husband, about ourselves. There are things that are happening that this is outrightly the devil trying to invade that home to destroy it and make a mess of that marriage. And the solution to this is not fight. The solution, in fact, it will be a trap to confront. You must first pull down the stronghold of the enemy and then...
Can you guys see how, thank you, Amma. Can you guys see how these people manipulate you? It will be a trap to confront. So they don't even expect you to confront the man. So you will keep praying for the rest of your life. Because that prayer will not work. I am saying it to you, it will not work. That prayer you're praying for your abusive husband, or for your husband to change, even if he's not abusive, that prayer is never going to work. It is never going to work.
Terminate every seed he has planted, because sometimes the matter is deeper than you can think, and you only attack it emotionally on the surface. You have no idea what you are dealing with. No, you won't be fine if you are not praying. You won't. You must understand that.
Thank you,
Bishop
Freeman.
Ananias and Sapphira was a prayer warrior, would have been able to guide themselves. Just one person getting it right will help the two of them to stay alive.
This thing that he just said now, like right now, on another live where I'm discussing the wickedness that happens within religion, we'll address this thing that he said about Ananias and Sapphira.
when I stitched a video of this guy where he was saying that a man that wants to be a husband should be able to raise the dead, and some people came for me and said I'm taking him out of context, that what it really means is that the husband should be a covering for the wife and the
Thank
family.
you, class captain.
Now he's saying that a wife and mother should be the one covering. So they want
Joshua
you, it is you
Awode
that,
Ikato, that is the skill that you lack, and you are never going to get it. That understandability, that is the skill that you lack. Your entire generation lacks it. Or
so he's now saying that you as the woman should be the one, class of the text, you should be the one covering the man, right? Not just your children, but you should be the one covering your husband and your children in prayer, while he gets to hold the title of leader. You will be the one doing the real work of the covering. Meanwhile, they said that the reason you need husband is for him to cover you. Do you see that this guy is worse than 419? Even the serpent that deceived Eve in the Garden of Eden, he learned work from this Femi Lazarus. He was apprenticed with Femi Lazarus. Because the level of his manipulation is unmatched.
I think we should get a comic relief. Should we get a comic relief? Because everybody is tense and angry. Let's get a comic relief. This video made me laugh and peed on my pants.
Relationship is a spirit. Relationship is not neutral. Relationship is a two-letter word or whatever. Relation, then ship. Relation talks about connection. Ship.
I don't like her messages. I still respect her for the fact that she came out to say, oh, PBO, Adeboye did not apologize. That's not her apology. Adeboye has never apologized for anything. Because he told you that he was sorry. No, he didn't say he was sorry. He said, oh, he made a mistake by saying that you will not enter heaven if you don't pay tithes. That was a mistake. And then he went ahead to explain why he was still right. And he said, you can be something. I forgot how
he said that you are not even supposed to pay 10%. You are supposed to be paying more.
So how is that an apology? Yeah, exactly. He doubled down on it. What exactly did Kumuyi apologize for? Is he not the one that says sisters should be tying scarf? He's now shaming them that their hair is smelling. They've never apologized for anything. And then when you know that video went viral of his so-called apology about tithes.
I'm seeing the way men are entering here and just following me. If you're a man and you're following me, I am not a content creator that bashes pastors for you to feel good. Oh. I am a feminist, so I am bashing them because they are men. So I am bashing you as well.
So after that video went viral, Adeboye came back again and said, some people are making noise that blah 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 blah. Then he now warned them that it's dangerous for you to be talking against your father. If you have anything against him, come and tell him privately. That you should remember the son of Noah. Remember what happened to
Hassan
him,
Money, your own, you and your mama na ewu now we dey use do as soon or there.
So yeah, they've never apologized for anything. To my knowledge, the only person I know that apologized for anything is this Adejuma woman.
Exactly. Adeboye said they should go to church where they don't pay tithe. Let me play one last video because
he followed it up with a threat that if you show your father's nakedness, you know what happened to Noah's son. What's that? Is that not sorcery?
Zoge, these men are, because they see, once they see you, it's like anywhere they see somebody bashing pastors, they are in because they have a common enemy. Right? All right, let me play one last big video before I go. This thing has sapped my energy.
We had one of that clients come to us, a couple. The man's much older than her, about 20 years older than her. And that sometimes is what, let me not go there. Much older than her, about 20 years. Brought her into counseling. I said to us, my wife, she doesn't know how to be a wife. I brought her so you can teach her. And for the life, honestly, I just sat there thinking, who are these people? Where do they so bring them from? Where do they see these people? And he was there complaining about the fact that he's been telling her that if she checks his phone, he said, Pastor, tell her, if she checks my phone, anything she sees there, she should take it. Because I don't know why she's checking my phone. Pastor was not even trying to talk to him and say, but Pastor, you know how men are. Pastor said, no, I don't know how. Please, how are men? He was not ready to make any adjustments in the marriage as far as he was giving her money. Two are better than one.
These people don't understand the damage that they cause. Why would such a man be comfortable bringing his wife for you to teach her how to be a wife? That is because he has listened to the things that you have said. And he believes that you actually want his wife to be subjugated. So he is working based on what you preached. So why would you blame the man? Why are you blaming the man for bringing his wife for you to mentor her? There is no single man on my page that will look at my page and bring their wives for me to teach her how to be a good wife. There is none. If I thought they will use their wife's phone to block me. But for some reason, men are comfortable to bring their wives to you to lecture.
Because she and her husband have a marriage infidelity recovery
Exactly. And mind you, this man paid, though. This man paid for it. You said, hear her said he's a client. You heard her say he's a client.
God is a master planner. We had one of that clients come to us, a couple.
One other client came to us, so he paid for it. And why would he put his money there? Because he believes you can do it. You have preached it. You have preached it.
Elizabeth, is marriage infidelity recovery. So if your husband cheat on you, you people will pay, is it $900? Abi, how much? You pay $900 to Mildred and her husband, and they will help you people so that your marriage will not break.
Yes, aesthetics. She's the regular customer here. Nobody can even teach you how to recover from an abuse.
See, the thing is, there's no woman that would even take her husband to pastor and say, I have cheated. Like, do you understand that it is a woman can be fined for cheating on her husband? Like, the consequence for a woman are so grave, and that is why women that even have the audacity to cheat would hide it. Do you get? They will hide it. If your husband cheats on you, even your mother will beg you to stay with him.
I know somebody who cheated, right? A woman who cheated. Do you know her family members? Her father called her back to the house and beat her. They put hands together with her brothers, her younger brothers. She is the oldest, she's the first child. When I mean child, this lady is not in her, at the time she was not in her 20s, or I think she was already 40 at the time. Her father called her home. They put hands, her father is a retired soldier, put hands together with her brothers to beat her. They beat her to the point where they admitted her in the hospital. Mind you, the brothers are cheating in their own houses. The father himself has cheated on their mother severally. These things that I'm telling you are people I know personally. No be saying that gist they give me. I know them gone till today. And the man remained with her. The man remained with her. The man has even forgiven her. But I think he came back to report her to her father before the whole forgiveness thing. They are still married with the man today.
You know, when you say that if it's the woman that cheated, will the go and ask Mildred, you will find the situation where a man will pay 900 to them to help him recover from his wife's cheating. Even this other video on social media where they were interviewing one husband and wife, and that one that I was telling you yesterday, that man looks like he's about to collapse. I kept listening to the thing. At no point did they say that woman actually cheated. She was exchanging text messages with her ex-boyfriend or something, right? But then they are painting the picture as if that woman slept with another man and her husband took her back up.
Diary of a Boring Girl said there's a possibility he's cheating too. The husband was not cheating. The military man she married, because he was if I give that information, in case some of their family members are here, that would give it away. But he was not cheating. The husband was not cheating. But her father was a cheat. Her brother is a cheat. That I know. I even know who he cheated with. Why did they do that? See, and do you know what they did to that lady? The lady used to be a very bubbling person. Like, she has a very, at the time, now she's like in her 50s or maybe 50s. Yeah, she should be somewhere in her 50s. At the time, right, growing up, we used to see her like, that auntie that is a very, very, auntie that is bubbly, she's happy, like you can come around her and gist with her. Even when she even till now, right, she talks to me as if I'm her mate. But after that incident, and the only reason we even found out was because they actually came to my mother was the infidelity recovery coach. So Moju say, what is this life about? I'm selling wig.
I've never understood the concept of people coming onto a live and saying, what is this life about? What are you people talking about? I just stay there and listen for 10 minutes. This idea of what are you people about? What are you doing? I don't get it.
Wig and nail polish.
No, Timmy's mom no collect 900.
She be they do free. Oh, my mama own na free. My mama herself,
Na free.
her own, she's the last person to even, because if you come and tell her your husband cheated, the way she did. Moju, when you come, you should have stayed a little bit to at least know what they are talking about. That's what I'm just trying to say. Okay. The way she go blast the man, men not even like bring case come meet my mama. Because my mother will just make the situation worse. So she go just talk, say, what if you don't go catch HIV now? What if the thing never begin manifest?
And as a woman, if you have a brother and that brother cheats on his wife, and the wife
Thank
says
you,
she's
gay
not
mama.
doing again, and you stand with your sister-in-law that if she wants to leave the marriage, she should leave. They will demonize you.
I have my own biological brother we've not been on talking terms for over 3 years now. So
they will
for the
they
same
will
reason.
demonize you. So I'm always amused when women say, "Oh, my brothers are the best." You think that the male, the
Marilyn, I don't know how to set that thing, but that is why we have this entire thing on the page of Ola, right? That's why we have it there.
So what was I saying? Yeah, like women think the men in their own family are somehow an exception. See, I was telling someone recently, right, that, and this person, our brother's lover, okay, when she got ready to leave the abusive marriage, they were like, yes, we are behind you. But then I made her understand that these people, at the end of the day, they are still men. They knew that her husband was cheating on her and abusing her and everything, and they were still patching the marriage, right? They were still trying to keep the marriage together. It was when the husband now went and lied against her to her family that, oh, she's cheating. Do you know how these people responded? They now contacted their sister and said, we don't want you to soil our name. Instead of you cheating, just leave the marriage, which I found interesting. When they knew her husband was cheating on her, they never told her to leave the marriage.
Okay.
But when that guy went to tell them that she's cheating, before she could even say he's lying, they were like, don't soil our name, leave the marriage. I want women to just think about how twisted that is. And I'm telling you, when you're talking of good men that want to protect their sister, this is it.
So class captain was asking that how did mama resolve it, right? Let me tell you guys something about it was not the husband that reported her, it was her father, because we know the family, not the husband. So after they had beat her, they had come to meet my mom so that my mom can join them, because at the time their mother was no longer alive. So they brought the case so that my mom can talk sense into her, and then my mom will come alongside to go and beg the husband, right? So she actually blamed the father and the brothers for beating her, because that thing changed that lady. Till this day, she has not remained the same. You can tell that I know the word in my tribe, right? But I don't think I know how to express that in English. You know when somebody is living in shame, right? Like somebody is living in intense shame, but he's just like, the person is just mingling amongst people, but you can tell that the person is no longer free with people. So my mom had counseled her and asked her, okay, what happened? What led to you cheating? Like, because is it that the man, only for her to realize, oh, the man is a military man and he's, a shell of themselves. Exactly. So the man is a military man and he was never home. And even when she was traumatized. Even when he comes around, he's into church work. So he pays attention to church. He does not pay attention to the woman. And it's like they're always fighting. It's more like she cannot even express to him that there are things that she cannot come to him. She's scared of the man. She's not able to freely express herself to the man. And then he can go and spend like a whole year in another, like maybe in a war zone or something, and he will not come back for a whole year, and she cannot talk to him over the phone. And whenever she has problems, she cannot talk to him. So it was actually with his friend. She I don't put myself for trouble. It was actually with his friend. So his friend will
Timmy, just tell us how your mom resolved it. Don't go to.
so my mother had just found out what really happened, that she cheated, right? So my mother had cancelled her and tell her, okay, it's okay now that you've done it, it has happened, and you're sorry, so you don't have to beat yourself up over it anymore and all, right? And then she was like, say if the thing they hungry, you go back for hot water.
It's actually supposed to be cold water. Or hot water go put you for trouble.
Whether na hot water be cold water, I can't even remember, but she said something to her like that. So that was how they settled it. And then her father and brothers, hi Jezebella, they apologized to her and all, and then the man took her back. Dolapo, I've told you guys here before that my mom was a marriage counselor without license. So it's not like she had any coaching of being a marriage counselor. We grew up in an environment where it's like almost every man in that environment is abusive. And when I mean abusive, that is like physical abuse, right? So it's like they would normally just gravitate to talking to the person who is like, you're the only one your husband is not abusing. Do you understand? And then my parents were couple goals. My mom is somebody that if she cancels people, she can even be shouting when you guys are inside, you'll be hearing, or she can even come and tell you people what happened later. Like I said,
maybe the reason your mom told a cheating woman to deny is that I don't think people understand how dangerous it is to a woman's life.
She didn't even say that the lady should deny you. As in, it was the girl's father.
Marilyn is saying our own mom counseled a cheating woman to deny it.
Okay.
So I'm trying to explain that it's like women don't understand how it is dangerous to a woman have literally been fired for admitting to cheating. And I'm not even talking about in the Bible. I'm talking about in this current world that we are living in. Even this story that Timmy just told you, that woman could have lost her life. There are families where the husband did not even find out about the cheating, but the family of the woman found out about the cheating, and they would pay someone to terminate that woman's life so as not to dishonor their family name. That's how it is serious for a woman. But for a man, they will blame it on the woman. If you were giving it to him well, he wouldn't have gone outside.
Annabelle, I was not raised in a barrack, but where I was raised was similar to a barrack. It wasn't a barrack, but it's something similar because the environments were full of retired soldiers. All right, so I have to go now. I wanted to play one video, but then I'm too tired to even.
Mimi's Beauty, I saw that video. They were asking men if your husband has to sleep with another man to get money to give you a life-saving surgery. They said no. One guy was like, no, she should just let me buy you. She should let me buy.
Let me just play this video of a pastor. So before
changing something and you don't see it clearly yet, but you hear. this anymore. What most people would do is turn away. What I'm telling you, it's just as he's physically standing here, knowing what's coming. God's saying, can you physically and spiritually and emotionally be able to stand? When getting the vision or receiving it might get nasty. I'm going to say it in a point just like that. Receiving vision from God might get nasty. You mean, God, I just bought, in crazy faith, I just bought my dream car. And now you're going to ask me to sell it back and ride in the hoopty again? Yeah, because the vision I'm about to give you, it might get nasty. And do you hear and see the response?
It's not even the English. Did you guys know what he did? He poured out spit, like he did poured it on his face to rub on that guy's face.
Because he was trying to use, this scripture where Jesus uses spit to heal a blind man. He was now trying to draw a parallel between that when God wants to give you a vision and that the process will not be pretty, you won't really like it. And he's the kind of pastor that to talk alone is not enough for him. To talk alone is not enough for him.
So he had to abuse you.
Yeah, he makes his sermon into this theater production. He does that with every single thing. He makes it into a whole theater production, and he calls this guy up on stage, and he's like, the spit did not even want to come out, but he was able to get one thick flame to come out. And
that's him. It's my third.
And he rubs it on this guy's face because somehow he felt he needed to do that for people to he was one that had a haircut on stage too. That guy is mentally disturbed. He's mentally disturbed. And the fact that Nigerian pastors invite him to Nigeria to come and preach to their congregation is something I find very, very disturbing. He's also the one that said, this same Mike Todd that said, if, number one, he said, if you are not being physically abused, you should not divorce. And he also said, what's this other thing? Yeah, he said, if you are not paying tithes, you can come to church, he can feed you spiritually, but you won't be able to receive what is feeding you. The word ministration and everything, that you will not be blessed. You will just come to church, but as the word is blessing everybody, it will not bless you because you are not paying. The guy is just crazy. And people bring him to Nigeria to come and minister.